Hello everyone, it is Foul Play here and we're back again playing some blue-white Bogles. So the main thing I'm wanting to test out this league, it's been on my mind for a little while, a few leagues here, but I want to test out a delay instead of deprive. So for those of you that don't know, delay, instead of countering the spell to the graveyard, it counters it to suspend for 3. So 3 of your opponent's upkeeps. Each of your opponent's upkeep, it'll remove a suspend counter. So in 3 upkeeps, I'll get to recast whatever spell it is. Reason why I want to test this mostly, firstly, like the land bouncing to our hand can sometimes be a bad thing unless we're like land screwed and missed a land drop for the turn. But that only applies if we're casting the spell in our turn, casting the deprive in our turn. But secondly, I guess it doesn't add it to the graveyard. A lot of times in their upkeep, it'll, come off suspend and they won't have a target if it's a counter spell, if it's a kill spell, something like that. So there really is a lot of room there for potentially like a slightly less greedy spell. Even though it's not like a hard counter, it's also pretty good. Other things that nice about it, if it doesn't go to their graveyard, they can't bring it back. So like a Heliod combo deck, they can't like post-mortem lunge the creature, the devoted druid back into play. It's gone forever sort of thing, which is pretty sweet. Yep, so that's the main thing I'm testing this league. Other than that, it's the pretty standard list from me. 20 lands. I have actually cut down 1 Misty Rainforest and gone back up on 1 Plains here. Reason for doing that is we're going to need like double blue slightly less now. Deprive can obviously be played off the Plains. Also, like, there's a decent amount of burn or Scourge of the Skyclave decks, and I think the life total is going to matter. Like, if this is a Misty Rainforest, we're going to want white from it, so it's going to be 3 life, where the Plains is just, comes in free without taking damage. Windswept Teeth, obviously. It's a white fetch land, fetches our white mana for us, which is pretty sweet. Alright, so we are still testing, firstly with Curious Obsession here. We've got them in there as a 4 of. Draw a card every time you deal damage to an opponent. Staggering Insight, the same thing, but lifelink as well. That's as a 3 of instead though. Hexproof Creatures of Slippery Bogle over here with 4, and Invisible Stalker with 4. Invisible Stalker with the added bonus of Unblockable. Core Spirit Dancer over here. We got that as a 2 of. Hinging less on its card draw. It's a pretty vulnerable creature. Can still be good in spots, but it is pretty vulnerable. And I've got... I need to make room for my counter spells, like Force of Negation, like Stubborn Denial. Stubborn Denial would probably be a 3rd Force of Negation. Still staving up the tickets for that. I did take a little bit of a detour, but I'll get onto that later. Other than that, we've got Flying over here with Arcane Flight. We're doing that as 3, and we've got Unblockable here with Aqueous Form. Added bonus of when the creature attacks, scry 1. So that scry 1 will pair well with your Curious Obsession, with your Staggering Insight, with the draw effects from them. It will guarantee that those creatures are able to hit, like the Slippery Bogle, like the Spirit Dancer. Sometimes your opponent has flying blockers or ground blockers, and you don't have the flying. We don't have Trample in this deck. It's really important to push the damage through. It's a blue aura that can pitch to Force. It might not have power like Spirit Mantle does. But yeah, it's got a lot of upsides to it. Other than that, usual culprits of Ethereal Armor and Hyena Umbra as 4 offs. Path over here, Daybreak over here. All the good stuff. So we're going to use this deck. We're going to get into a league, get stuff happening. Okay, so match 1 here. We won the Diral. We're on the play. No creature in this hand, so we're going to throw it. This hand definitely has a creature. It doesn't have blue mana though, so we're going to have to throw this as well. That's unfortunate. If that was the Misty, we'd be able to keep this one. And yep, this one will do. We're going to keep it. Bottom Spirit Dancer, bottom Aqueous Form. Actually no. I'm just going to bottom the 2 Aqueous Forms. The Scry is sort of, in a lot of ways, irrelevant here. If our opponent has Thoughtseers, the Core Spirit Dancer might be like really, really useful, right? So we're also versing Exami 3. Alright, so as I was saying before, took a little bit of a detour from my saving up for Force Negation. I've actually saved up enough tickets, and Arcane Flight revealed there. So opponent knows about our Arcane Flight. We will be drawing this turn. Saved up enough tickets for my self to get my hands on. Oh, yep, that's right. We just shuffled away the Arcane Flight. I probably should have let that go to hand, because it was guaranteed, sort of like Aura. I'd have slightly less good mana if I did that, though. Alright, so let's get our Invisible Stalker out there. So I did that so I could get Skyclave Apparitions, so that I could start playing other decks on stream while I'm streaming. So yeah, unfortunately, you know, that's the case. I'm slightly delayed there. It looks like my opponent might be setting up for Eidolon here. No. Alright, they might be holding up a Skullcrack or something. Our plan's going to be the same regardless. We did draw Staggering Insight. That was a really, really fortunate draw. The Seachrome Coast was also a really good draw too. And as you can see, I actually had a bit of spare time. So I updated my overlay to something a bit flashier, a bit nicer. Hopefully a bit more eye-catching. I did do one stream with this updated border, and I did get better views, but I was also playing Spirits. I'm going to have to try, obviously, streaming Bogles with this deck, and we'll see how many more people come along. Alright, so opponent, no Skullcrack. They just Boros charm us at the end of turn. So yeah, if you haven't already, be sure to check out my Twitch, link in the description. Come say hi. I've got a couple of days a week which I stream on them. Looking to maybe fit in the third day. Probably be streaming, well, this Saturday, but that's probably when you're going to be viewing this video, unfortunately. Alright, so we play Arcane Aqueous Form, we don't get any extra power. I think we play it for the Scry effect. Like, because we could core Spirit Dancer and Aqueous Form draw one. It's tapping out a bit of our mana, taking A damage too. Alright, so we'll filter that land to the bottom of our library. We'll get a card draw with the Staggering Insight. And that's a pretty good draw. If we play the Core Spirit Dancer here, it's like way worse if our opponent has Searing Blaze. I might just leave the Arcane Flight in hand as well. Might want the value of it off of it next turn. So another Boros Charm. So yeah, enabling my opponent's Searing Blaze isn't really something I'm like hugely excited to do, right? Lightning Bolt us. Well, we're down to 7, so double bolt and an attack will do it. Hyena Umbra on top. It's getting us close to being able to kill. Oh, there's one burn effect. You got the other. Rats. Another Boros Charm, really? Man, these Boros Charms are backbreaking. If those were just Skullcracks, well, Skullcrack we would have been on 3 less life. We wouldn't have gained life from an attack anyway, but if those had just been 3 mana burn spells, we would have actually lived 1 more burn spell. So that's a bit unfortunate. We're versing burn, so these delays, maybe. Not like super sold on delay. We do want like some number of path here for our opponent's stuff. Delay is probably pretty bad. I think Spirit Dance is pretty low chances of living. Oh, Leyline, of course. Yeah, Leyline's really good. So probably delay is a bit pointless. Minus our core. Probably 3 path is the right number. We'll probably want to minus the force. Counters that like during our turn are probably a little bit better. I might bring in maybe the 2 delays there, and I might actually minus out my Aqueous Forms. So let's go with that. So the idea is counter during your spell, so you can counter their skull crack, you can counter their deflecting palms as well. They sometimes have deflecting palm. Don't really want to get blown out by those cards. All right, we've got a really fantastic hand here. We're going to keep it. Gonna have to go and do up a nice like new little Core Spirit Dancer graphic down here at some point as well. make it look a little bit nicer by that regard, right? All right, well, just get our hallowed fountain here. Go to my turn. Another Curious Obsession. We're gonna get a big creature and a big attack here shortly. So likely my opponent's just going to play Eidolon here. Might have like held up delay, but then we're not advancing our board state. If they just like go to 2 mana and play like a destroy effect for Leyline, then we're probably in a bad spot. We did see the green in the first game, right? Alright, so nice big attack for 7 here. Get to draw 2 cards as well. We'll see if they're Deflecting Palm or Destructive Revelry something. We're just able to connect. That's fantastic. Like, most recent update, Magic Online removed your option to, like, say always yes, always no. And I really hate the fact they removed that option. Like, that was a good feature. Alright, so we draw 2 lands, but we're 2 cards deeper towards life gain, I suppose, or other damaging auras hurt our opponent. Destructive Revelry on the Leyline. Look, that's fine. It slowed our opponent down a decent amount. We've got delay up next turn. We're pretty close to winning, I would assume. Wow. Alright, well, we just draw Invisible Stalker, which isn't quite good enough. We might use it as a chump blocker. Oh, that's right. Have to manually click yes on these ones. Okay. Opponent's on 3. We now have a chump blocking creature. If this is like a Boros charm, yeah, no, not gonna happen. We'll put that on suspend, shall we? It's a little less good putting it on suspend during your own turn because your opponent gets it like 1 upkeep earlier, right? But I think we've got him for lethal next turn. So yeah, Delay did a decent job there. Interestingly enough, if it was like Force of Negation, it still wouldn't have been able to save our Leyline, but Leyline's in a pretty good spot. So no matter what they do, I'm just chump blocking, throwing away this Swift Spear. Actually, maybe that was bad. Maybe I want to hold that delay for a more important aura. If my opponent has Deflecting Palm there, if my opponent has like a sacrifice effect like Blessed Alliance, like delay is way better after that. Do I want to change anything? Opponent did see the delay. I think it was pretty decent. Might actually remove the Stubborn Denial and bring in the 3rd delay. Oh, maybe not. If I'm on the draw, I can minus a land. I might minus the Misty Rainforest for a delay. Alright, let's do that. This is not gonna get us there. Throw that. This is such a stacked hand. If only I had a creature. Alright, so this one will do. We'll keep this. We'll bottom delay. I think we'll bottom the Hyena Umbra here. Alright, let's do that. So we need to draw to mana. We need to draw to a life gain aura. Goblin Guard can help us with that. Delay on top. Yeah, go away. What land? Alright, we do need to fetch shock here, unfortunately. Otherwise, we won't be able to cast any auras, or we won't be able to cast our Bogle. Actually, it might have been right just holding up Path that turn. Yeah, I think maybe we're supposed to hold Path up there. Ethereal Armor on top. Yikes. Rolling Vortex. Beginning of each player's upkeep, it deals 1 damage to them. If a player casts a spell this turn and no mana was spent to cast that spell, it deals 5 damage to that player. Opponents can't gain life this turn. Interesting tech. The opponents can't gain life this turn, is they have to pay mana for that. Alright, well, I think we need to stop taking damage from Goblin Guide here, so I'm just going to hold up my Path. I think our opponent's got us this game. Leyline on top. Fucking hell, I want to Path myself right now. Alright, let's Path the stupid creature. We're likely going to have to chump block the guide now. And hope they don't have, like, Boros chum. Because then they can give their creature indestructible, and we just lose. If they choose not to attack with the guide, that's obviously a good sign, but we're also like just 2 bolts away from dying, or an attack and a bolt away from dying. We don't have our second mana, we don't have lifelink. They've got a second one of them, yikes. That did tie up their mana. So we can potentially hold up delay now. Whenever a player casts a spell, if no mana was spent to cast that spell, it deals 5 damage to that player. So that doesn't do anything, that mode. Alright, let's leave up Chump Blocker for another turn. We might, you know, luck into a Daybreak. Alright, well, we can't let that hit us. I think we just lose. We got like 7 life gain auras in our deck, and we did well to draw 1 in game 2. But not seeing one here. Well, that's just got us dead. Like an Angel's Grace might do it for us. Okay, GG. Stuck on 1 mana. Melda 5, stuck on 1 mana. No Leyline, no life gain. Oh, well, we're stuck on 1 mana for a few turns. Now, on to game 2. Alright, let's get into match 2 here. I just updated my score and the color to my scoreboard thing. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get the squiggly pattern. Alright, we're going to keep this one. Up against Norath Decay. Is this the Dredge player? Are they on something more sinister here? Looks like he's on a Prowess deck here. Decent land to draw. Pain-free land. We do have a life gain aura and staggering insight as well. Draw us a card. We can counter one of their spells as well. So it looks like he's playing Burn as well. Burn's seems to have gone up in popularity a bit over the last week. Boros Charm. Okay, well, just go ahead and get rid of that one off the stack. Just hit for 2 there. Pretty good outcome. I think maybe it was slightly more correct to fetch white mana there, just to thin the deck slightly. It's a very large chance that I'm going to be, you know, drawing an aura and needing the mana and all of that. Okay. Well, our attacks aren't super exciting here. At least he's attacking with Swift Spear. Another Boros Charm or Helix. Okay, well, Helix is a bit nicer for us. It means we're guaranteed to gain life on our next attack as well. Yep. So casually take 9 damage this turn. That's a pretty good turn. Opponent down to 2 cards in hand though. And we draw an aura. Yep. Don't mind that. That's all extra points of life gain here. So we can gain 4 life. Went for thinning the deck instead of getting Hallowed Fountain into play for free. Ooh, hello, baby. Alright. Ethereal Armor down. Flying 8/8 lifelink. Probably going to be good enough. Our opponent could start having Skullcracks though, although they are tapping their mana here down to 1 card in hand, 1 mana open. So we are going to be gaining 8 life. Opponent's dealing a very respectable amount of damage to us as well. Path on top. Oof. Alright, so first decent attack of the game for us. Opponent makes a land drop. I suppose they're going to crack it. They concede. Okay. They've had enough. So, Leyline good. Not like super sold on delay at the moment. I think it's probably better than force. And Aqueous Form still seems pretty medium to me. I don't think we want 3 delay. I think 2's fine. Stubborn Denial's obviously a very good card. A bit stronger than delay here. Could potentially look at like an Echoing Truth, because it could bounce like 2 Swift Spears and drop all their Prowess triggers and all of that. I think I'm just going to leave it like this for now though. Honestly, the Bogle hands are a lot better than the Invisible Stalker hands here as well. Ooh man, I really wish I had a creature. This hand is insane. We're gonna mulligan. Alright, this will do. We're gonna keep bottom of the Misty. Done. Get our Leyline out. Bargain. Good turn. Have they got the creature, the 1-drop? It's looking a lot like they do. It's just a Swift Spear. Alright, that's good. Good for us. Seachrome Curse is a nice draw as well, because it doesn't deal us damage, right? Not sure if this opponent's running the green. I think this one's strictly Boros instead of Naya. White. There's the tear. Okay, well that's gonna happen. That's a shame. But on the plus side, it's not hitting our Staggering Insight, which is really good for us. We'd like to see an extra aura here as well. Opponent got Rift Bolt, Skewer the Critics. Okay. Man, our draws have not been super kind. Lots of land. So alright, means there's lots of auras in the deck now, right? Oh, there's one. Sweet. Alright. Good stuff. Still at 16, so pretty high life total. The only thing is our opponent's still at 14. They can have things like Lightning Helix to bolster their life. Unfortunately, with the blue-white version, you don't have quite as much aggression. Not as much in the form of damaging auras. Without the Rancor, does slow down your tempo a little bit. Well, opponent's stopping and thinking a lot, which is probably quite good for us. Maybe they're potentially looking at chump blocking us, like a chump block and another wear tear. Eat the Staggering Insight, Prowess trigger. We've got a 3/3. If they just pass, obviously we can shock in the High Number and hold up the delay to get around the Enchantment Destroy effect. So, just gonna pause for a moment. Alright, looks like we have a decision now. And they are indeed attacking. Okay. Oh man, is he holding up like a... No, second main skewer. Wow, okay. Has he got the third mana to hold up a Boros charm or something? Well, I'd like to play that. I feel like it's probably a little bit reckless. We are going to shock in the Hallowed Fountain here. And just attack for 3, look to gain 3. We'll hold the delay for an important spell as well. Well, here's another tear. I definitely think that's important enough to delay. We get a card draw. Mana, boo. It's going to be slightly less painful than the Hallowed Fountain for playing our next Staggering Insight. Funky tech. I We'll like pretend we've got another delay or something. Even if we don't, they could go after a Hyena Umbra. That would suck. Skullcrack. Okay. Well, if they don't jump block, we still get to draw 2 cards. Flight land? Yes, sweet. Flight's more damage for next turn. We'll have lethal next turn. Pending Skullcrack. Or Lightning Helix, sorry. That's really good as well. Because it'll mean our Bogle's unblockable and they won't be able to chump block it. Well, not unblockable, flying technically is still blockable. Alright, so go ahead and throw down. We'll just attack wide with this this other Bogle on the board here. We've got another chump blocker in hand. Lightning Helix, Boros Charm. Okay. So they're just helping me kill them. Suppose a little bit of tilt. Yep. Sweet. Well, delay doing work there. Definitely doing work. Game is ended. Good stuff. On to match 3. Alright, so here we are for match 3 against Smoke and Bacon. We lost the Dara. They're going to have the play. I'm going over here. They've still got this this little bug here on Moto. Look at where this funky little marker is. Shouldn't it be up here in upkeep or something? Or untap, or not even there? Who knows? Did actually block me from trades for a few hours until I guess I found out there was a bug, and then there was another update, and you know the bug went away. So that was good. Alright, so this hand looks sort of medium. If I had like a Totem Armor effect, I'd probably keep it. think we can do better. Like, no creature. And no land. And no creature. Alright, good team. Let's just assume our opponent doesn't have anything to interact with us, right? We're at few enough cards that opponent thinks we're on Neoform. Alright, opponent playing a Triome land. Stubborn Denial could be good. Let's see if it snipes something. Well, if our opponent goes for like a run in 6 here or something, maybe we can get it, and then they miss their stuff. Alright, so opponent does go for the Ren and 6 here. We are going to counter this one. Hallowed Fountain on the action, and well, hopefully it's good. Hopefully it's good. I mean, they don't have a fetch land in the graveyard, so it probably does nothing, but we're going to have to take our interaction when we can, while we can. We probably, if they're an intuitive player, they'll know what we're on at this point, or they'll be able to sum it together. Blue-white with Southern Denial. Maybe they still think it's like some kind of shadow deck, maybe. Right, hopefully mana. Cool. Do nothing. Lose game. I guess we get a good look at our opponent's deck. It's likely like an Omnath deck. Maybe it has a Sihili combo to it. Awkward times. Getting wrecked here. Growth spiral or whatever it's called. Yep. Definitely facing some trouble here. Well, that can't interact with our invisible stalker at least. It might be able to bounce an aura. It'd be bad for our daybreak. And, well, we might get a game here. Let's play it. Plains is probably good enough here. And now it's the penny dropping moment, I'm sure. Probably like Teferi would have been a better counter, but you know, they didn't play it and they wouldn't have been playing it for a while. Yeah, maybe we should have just let them have the Ronin 6. I think it's pretty low percentages of us winning either way, though. So yeah, what's everyone think of the new graphic? I really like it. I think it really stands out. Out of Promise, yikes. Joke's on them. The zombies can't block what we're doing. So hopefully, like an Arcane Flight here or a Curious Obsession, both would be really good. We can just kill Teferi, and I think that's going to be our best bet. Hope they don't have another Teferi. And it's also at mana where they can like Cryptic Bounce an Aura, so chump blocking the zombies might be a little bit loose. All right, let's get rid of the Teferi here. We don't need it eating our Daybreak Coronet by bouncing the Ethereal Armor, right? To get rid of that, we won't chump block. They have another Teferi. That's just, you know, unfortunate. But opponent's got Field of the Dead online now. We really need to start being aggressive. Growth Spiral, okay, not too bad for us. Obviously, no Omnath. That would have been played first. No Uro by the looks of things either. They're just building up some field tokens, some zombie tokens. Opponent too scared to attack? Does that mean they don't have Cryptic, or they just want to use it during our turn? Let's attack. The extra 2 damage is not going to speed up our clock enough. Oh, it would technically be a 2-turn clock there. No Cryptic or anything. Okay. I guess I'm punished for being slightly reserved there with my auras. Oh, they do have interaction now. Counterspell. Mana Leak being the counterspell. Does it resolve? Steam Vent's in tapped. Remand. Boo. Alright. Well, I'm really still not that excited about blocking the zombie tokens here. Interesting they're running Remand as the counterspell. Renin 6, they can have that. That doesn't matter. See if they have another Remand. No Remand. Alright, let's attack. Ignore Red and 6, obviously. Our opponent's very low. We can put him to 1 here. Wow. Wow. This is... it's almost impressive. Holy moly. Play out Stalker. Well, fortunately, our opponent is just really mana flooded and has no action. Wow. Alright, so opponent on most likely Omnath stuff. Okay, so sideboarding wise, I think I'm just going to look to bring in the delays and the extra paths here. Obviously, our opponent's probably on Uro and Omnath. Course Spirit Dance is pretty bad against Teferi. Aqueous Form, pretty low value, like our flying will be good enough. Maybe we can leave in like 1 Aqueous Form and take out a Hyena Umbra instead. I think that's probably fine. We do want to obviously have decent amount of damage though. So let's go with that list. Force of Negation has like the chance to be really, really good here. Wow. Really? 2 matches in a row where I just get like a Plains as my only land? Dude. These are like good auras too. This is very upsetting. The hand has everything but blue mana. Yeah. Well, Alright, we have a keep. And I'll probably bottom my auras that don't draw me cards. My card draw auras seem good. Just in case they get countered, right? Opponent leads on a Triome, so awesome. Our creature gets to resolve. Unopposed. Or double Curious Obsession next turn. Man, this is turning into a mouth-watering game here. Holy moly. Okay, so that was the Teamer Triome they played. Ketra? However you pronounce it. Smells like a remand. Let's go for this Curious Obsession here. There's probably no way to play around the remand. If they have it, they have it. Probably... Okay, so it's remand. If they didn't remand that, then I probably would value my second Curious Obsession less than my Arcane Flight. I think in case they have Mana Leak, it's going to be like really important to allow the flying to resolve to beat the silly tokens. Alright, so we draw Hallowed Fountain, which is nice. Looks like their counterspell's remand. I'm pretty happy about that. 1 mana auras in hand. Not going to lose too much tempo from it. Timely reinforcements? Well, Arcane Flight looks even better again. It's a good one. We need to get our Arcane Flight down. Let's go Arcane Flight and Staggering Insight. Actually, no, ignore the Staggering Insight. We don't need that. We get way more damage and way more card draw. Or the same amount of card draw by just doing this. I don't know what I was thinking. Alright, well, attack for 8. And draw 2. Very good when the deck does what you plan for it to do. Ooh, more Staggering Insights. Cool bananas. Alright, turn 4 opponent. Now the creature aspect of Staggering Insight will be timely reinforcements will be turned off. They'll still gain the life at this point, but creatures won't. Won't happen. I don't know, this definitely feels like it should be an Omnath deck, but they're just not playing the Omnath. They do have the colours to do it. Green, red, blue, white. Opponent gonna bounce an aura. It's like if they bounce... Okay, they bounce that. Well, they could potentially have force, which could be unfortunate for us. Alright, they're attacking us, turning off future timelies for the time being. Sure, it won't be for long though. Seachrome Coast, that's a pretty poor land to draw. Throw down Staggering. Yeah, opponent, I think, is probably typing something right now. I guess they're not having as much fun as we are. This is it's pretty fantastic from our end. Infuriating people in new and wild ways. Opponent concedes. Alright, so obviously Staggering Insight down. Takes our creature to 5. Ethereal Armor takes our creature to 10. We attack, we draw 3. Those 3 cards, 1, 2, double land path, alright, so then we probably play the Seachrome Coast tapped and then have more mana for the next turn after that. It was really good. Really, really good result for the deck. Awesome stuff. So match 4, won the Diral, gonna be on the play. Let's see what our hand's looking like. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Like, we even, missed lands, Omnath, so probably mono red Prowess. We missed for a few turns there. We'll keep this one. It looks pretty solid. And I'm going to look to deal the least damage to myself. We'll lead on... Just on the Flooded Strand here. So yeah, opponent, bit of foreshadowing. Turn around and said, I mulled to 4 once and almost won. And then we mulled to 3 and we did win. Fortunately, I don't think we would have won that if they didn't have the Omnath. If they had Omnath or if they had Uro, that was probably too much for us to get there, but they didn't have that in either of the games, and turned out really nicely for us. I'm going to get basic here. Opponent's Opponent can play Blood Moon in the main deck. Alright, so next turn we can get Staggering Insight with Ethereal Armor. That's going to be very powerful. If our opponent has Blast Zone, we also have a 2-mana creature. So that will dodge the Blast Zone. At least for a turn. Turn's probably all we need. Firebolt us. Light up the stage now? Okay. Double Swift Spear. Wow. I almost don't want to attack. All right, let's do Bogle things. I think. Could just play the Chump Blocker game. Probably not winning in that scenario. Thing is, I expect my opponent can... Oh, if he plays both the Swift Spears, he can't play that many spells, so I don't think this is a turn where we're taking lethal anyway. Firebolt us. Sure. So we take like 8 damage this turn. That's a fair bit. We'll gain all that back next turn though. Hopefully we will at least. We'll gain most of it back. So Aqueous Form. Aqueous Form. So we'll gain 6 back. We're very, very likely dead on the following turn though. We leave up blockers this turn. If we attack, we go to 13. Let's say they have 2 burn spells. The creatures deal 9. And then we'd only need to take 4. So like 2 firebolts would kill us. If we hold back... I think we hold back. That's like Daybreak. Obviously, we can attack every day of the week. Our opponent can have Lightning Bolt, and Lightning Bolt the Swift Spear we block. But then we're like fogging 5 damage anyway, so it's almost the same as gaining life. Almost. It's not like 3 damage isn't coming to our face from the Bolt, and then 5 damage isn't coming to our face from the Swift Spear. Hopefully we draw an aura and like that 1 extra turn is just enough to add like an extra 2 power. Get us out of range of just dying. Opponent does have to stop and think here, so quite possibly was the right line. We'll see. Wow, he's just passing the turn. Awesome. Look at that. Alright, well, we draw a Chump Blocker, so that's pretty good. We can potentially put life gain on our Chump Blocker as well. Where's your to these scries? So, yep, we'll bottom land. Bottom land. Go to damage. Aura? It's not an aura, but it's not bad. Hallowed Fountain can just like stay in hand. Make our opponent think we have Path to Exile or something. So obviously if our opponent has Crash Through, these blockers are pretty pointless. Stomp us. Okay. I'm just blocking with both creatures. Alright, no effects from our opponent. So we'll actually go up to 16 when we attack here in this next attack stat. Ooh. I sat there thinking not playing the Hallowed Fountain last turn might have won us the game. And now it might lose us the game. Alright, so we'll top this one. Top again. Get our card draw. Then we can enchant the core Spirit Dancer. Use her as a chump blocker. Getting all the card draw online now, that's very nice. Oh, that is almost a good card. Alright, well, we'll still leave one card in hand. We're at a very respectable life total, though. I think if we chump block, we're just going to chump block the Bone Crusher Giant. Flame Slash? Oh, yikes. Lava Dart? Man, that sucks. Well, if only we had another blue aura in hand, or blue card in hand. Do we take lethal now? 4, 8, 12, 16. Oh man, no! Dude, so close. It's a lot of damage, a lot of prowess creatures. Yep, so. Really close. Alright, so sideboard wise, I think we're going to want our path, our extra 2 path, our 2 Pithing Needle because Blast Zone is a thing. Our Echoing Truth because it can bounce multiple Swift Spears and fog a lot of damage. We're going to be removing our Core Spirit Dancer and our Aqueous form. So yeah, contrary to a lot of people that comment on my YouTube, I really can't see myself having room to put Leyline in here. I'm just cutting my auras down way too thin at that point. I've got my answers to Blast Zone sort of with the Pithing Needle there. And, you know, Prowess does not have that much burn. It's the creatures that deal with the damage, not the burn. The burn does some damage, but the main part comes from the creatures. Their creatures can kill you through a ley line. But their burn spells can't really kill you through a path, so that's why I choose to do it the way I do it. So we're going to keep this. It's not amazing. Hopefully we draw some gas. We have semi-reasonable interaction with Pithing Needle there. We have an attacking creature. It's not a great 7. Maybe it's better to go to 6. Especially when you're down a game, you probably want to mulligan slightly more aggressively. Alright, so pretty creature flooded at the moment. I did shock there. I am playing around my opponent having like a Kozilek's return. Although that's not till turn 3. Maybe I could have conserved the life. Ratchet Bomb? Sorry to say, opponent. Sorry to say. Have I got a card for you in hand? Have I got a card for you? Life gain. Oh, sweet. Excellent. That's going to be great for next turn. Alright, so we'll go ahead and name that Ratchet Bomb. Turn it offline. Attack our opponent. Any subsequent Ratchet Bombs will be taken care of as well. Pretty wild stuff. Opponent wasted an entire turn. Essentially just dealing 2 damage to us. Now we're just looking for white mana so we can play our Daybreak and then we'll have a really good win. So obviously Daybreak was a pretty fortunate draw. But I'll take it. Like, I'll absolutely take it. Opponent just hard cast the Bone Crusher. Wow. Okay. Come on, land. Let's go. Dude, we're getting so unlucky here. I think we want to probably go on chump blocker duty now. We do have the daybreak, like, just gonna be about not taking too much damage, while we like wait to draw our white mana. Opponent has brought in, I guess, the Blood Moons as well. Wow, no attacks. Sweet. There he is. Alright, now we can do what we want. Go team. At this point, I think we probably want to just end the game as quickly as possible. Kozilek's return? Sure. So I just lose... Oh, my creature gets shrunk. Okay, right. Yeah, because Soul Scour Mage. Why didn't he attack into me? I would have blocked. I would have got blown out. I was going to say we're going to attack with both our creatures because it's a rush to like finish them before they find their Blood Moon. Find a way out of it. But yeah, our life total's at 19. We've got Vigilance now. We're in like a very strong spot. Cool. I'm holding up Force all game. They've got another Kozilek's. I'm slamming this thing. No thank you. Go team. Alright, our answers were good. Leyline would have done nothing there. Let's go with the same. Man, that Kozilek's was so close to being brutal. Yeah, I'll keep on the draw. I will keep this. Anyone say life gain? Oh, there's a blue card to pitch to the Force. Yep. Looks pretty good to me. Soul Scour Mage. Alright, no Ratchet Bomb. Go team. Take 2 damage, that's fine. Hopefully Staggering Insight online. And then we can gain some life back, hold up Force for, I guess, a Kozilek's return or a Blood Moon or something. Booyah! Go team. The team Bogle. Getting it done. Our blue creatures, our everything. It's all working out really nicely right here. Another Force. Excellent. Go and play some burn spells during your turn so I can daybreak. I mean, that's not a burn spell, but I'm pretty happy you're tapping your mana so I don't have to play around Kozilek's during my turn. Alright, do your worst. Got a lightning bolt. No lightning bolt. Light up the stage. Okay, that could be problematic. Kozilek's return. Oof. Genuinely terrified of that card. So we daybreak here. Takes us back up to 15. Damn, we can't hold up Force, so we can't really chump block our opponent here when they attack, or else they could Kozilek's in response. Shrink our creature to a 3/3. and then have any other burn spell. At which point they go to a 3/4 and we lose our guy. Alright, so no chump blocks here. Our opponent could top deck something. Yeah. Still attacking. Wow. Well, we can't block. It's way too risky to block. We're not dead. If they have a burn spell, we're not dead. Another light up the stage. Holy smokes. Opponent is chaining some spells together right now. Alright. I think we win. But our opponent's won. Go to 19. Draw a Pithing Needle. Oh, actually, no. That's so loose. If our opponent draws Ratchet Bomb. Oh, I guess it takes a turn to set up. Okay, that's fine. If our opponent draws Blast Zone. Yeah, okay. I should have played the Hyena Umbra. I think we've got quite lucky. I don't think they've drawn it. Opponent's now spent enough mana that they can't Blast Zone. Even if they do find it off the light up the stage. Cool. Good stuff, team. We got there. That was slightly loose because we didn't have it exactly lethal. We should have played the Hyena Umbra. The play around the Blast Zone effect. And then we've got all 2 mana auras, so they all hold on the Daybreak Coronets. Keep popping damage in our face. It's not gonna matter. So cocky right now. First strike damage and all. Get rid of these meddling Soulscour mages. Take a little bit of damage still. I give you Bogles. Awesome job. Alright, let's get into match number 5 here. I think we can do better than this hand. Let's throw it. I guess we keep this one. Unlucky. Really would prefer a hexproof creature. I don't want to go down too low. Just updating my score from the previous match. Right. We'll get into this one. Turn 1, Aether Vial. Alright, well, could be humans we're versing. Spirit Dance is pretty weak against humans, as she gets bounced by Reflector Mage. We can just like try and assume they don't have it, and that's probably going to be our best route to victory. No double white, but we've got triple blue aura in hand, so that is something. I'm just really hoping they don't have Reflector Mage. That's all it comes down to. So yep, definitely looking like humans here. Wonder if they've got Kite Sail Freebooter, Meddling Mage, something like that. Got 3 instances of flying. That's not that many if we're like looking at blocking our opponent's Mantis Riders. Hushbringer obviously very good. Path reasonable. Echoing Truth probably the standout. Postboard we do have to worry about Skyclave Apparition as well. Alright, decisions for my opponent. Alright, and here comes the Meddling Mage. I mean, I guess if they name Core Spirit Dancer, it's just guaranteed that they've got the Reflector Mage in hand. They might be able to get an Ether Vial, yeah, Noble Hierarch off the Ether Vial as well. Name's Spirit Mantle. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. Well, I guess that's the only thing that protects it from... Oh, my goodness. I think we want to get at least one draw off of this and at least one attack and really hope that we just hit land here. If not, we'll just play the other Arcane Flight and it will replace itself. Okay. So, not amazing, but that's something. I really just don't want to overlay it on that, especially when we drew the Stalker. Like, there's no reason to. It really looks like he's got the Reflector Mage. Choosing to name Spirit Mantle is a pretty smart line. And this would be a Noble Hierarch here. Yep. Alright. Hopefully we draw a life gain aura and we'll be in a good spot. We've got the path to answer something like, oh, is this Thalia here? Thalia's Lieutenant is pretty good for us. That's fine. Looks like he's got 2 Thalia's Lieutenants. Phantasmal Image. One card left in our opponent's hand. I think we can actually gamble on the core and just attack with core here. We'll just take this damage. It's pretty unlikely they have main deck Path to Exile. Aqueous Form's not bad. We'll just go for the damage one though. I could have Fetch Shocked, played my Aqueous Form. Not quite worth it though. Just gonna play the second planes here. Give myself the option to play Path through a Thalia. Otherwise, Stalker's just jump blocking here. Opponent cycling that one. They could instant speed Reflector Mage, which would make it bad to block with Stalker. I think. I think we try to bait something. I might just pretend to block this, see if there's any action from my opponent, and path regardless. Okay, so there is some sort of action. General Crudro. Yikes. It's a bit of damage there. So if we path this one, we stop 5 damage. That's our best bet. Can path the other one, which like will just get sacked and they won't get the land, but the damage is more important here. I think we can attack and get lethal next turn anyway. 1 card left in my opponent's hand. They can't cast Reflector Mage. Wait, what are they doing? Instant speed here. Oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, I should have killed the Meddling Mage. That was like way too greedy from me. I think we just lose now. That's a mode. Alright, so we'll concede. Humans is a tough matchup. We'll get our Hushbringers in. Okay, so sideboarding wise, I'm gonna look to bring in my Hushbringers, my Echoing Truth, and my Path. I'm gonna take out my Core Spirit Dancers and my Counter Magic. Could potentially look to bring in Delayed, but like, or leave Force in for Ether Vial, but both those things are pretty narrow. I'd prefer to just have like good density to like top deck into something rather than just Alright, we have to mull. I really wish we didn't have to, but we do. Alright, we'll keep this one. Bottom the excess Bogle. Done. Alright, this should be a decent hand. We probably have 2 turns where we need to draw mana. And then we should be in a good spot from there. Hushbringer is going to be the first creature we look to resolve. Stop something like a Kitesail Freebooter from picking my hand to pieces. So sweet, we draw mana here. It's really, really fortunate for us. Hushbringer down now. And you know, name of the game is keep Hushbringer below 4. So I'm going to be going in on Bogle here. Fortunately, Arcane Flight, like, it allows us to block these Mantis Riders, but it doesn't allow us to attack through them, so we might need to look for like an aqueous form during the game here. My opponent could play Thalia. If that happens, I'll play Arcane Flight, attack for 3 in the air, game 1. The next turn we can look for the Hyena Umbra or Staggering Insight. Meddling Mage. See what they name. It's likely going to be a Curious Obsession. Okay. They are targeting the auras that draw cards here. By the looks of it. Okay, well. Hyena Umbra can stay in the bin, and we'll just play out Arcane Flight, Staggering Insight. So, Curious Obsession, no good. The 4 of not in our hand, the 3 of is. And attack and draw. Alright, another Hyena Umbra. So we can slowly start building our creature larger and larger. Opponent does have Mantis Rider mana now. Alright, looks like he goes for the Mantis Rider. It's not going to be a problem. We can just make our creature bigger. Alright, so bigger creature. Attack for 5, gain 5. Hold up path. Opponent concedes. Sweet. Alright, well, there you go. Good stuff. Good stuff made possible from our friend Hushbringer there. And bit of a sketchy keep, but we're fortunate to draw the land as well. We're just going to run the same list back. I don't really want to change anything here. Alright, we'll keep. Another Hushbringer hand. This time we got our Power Packing Ethereal Llamas. No card draw, no life gain, but really strong hand. Another champion hand. Well, normally the good hands for humans are Ether Vial turn 1 or Noble Hierarch turn 1. And my opponent's not done that for games 2 or 3 here. 2 post-board games in a row where he's opted for a champion start. So I think that probably favors us. Alright, Meddling Mage. Oh, is he going to name Hushbringer here? Phantasmal Image. Okay. That's fine. So we can really shrink these guys down if we draw mana, play our Hushbringer. Be in a sweet spot from there. Come on. Yes! Better lucky than good. We're chilling. We are chilling. We got Unblockable with Aqueous Form 2. So yeah, number one thing I want to see is probably life gain at this stage. Might actually be worth putting an Ethereal Armor on the Hushbringer. If my opponent doesn't play General Kudrow here, I'd say that's worthwhile. Wow, they're sacking. They're looking. Alright, sweet. Just take 2. Alright, time for a good turn. What do we got? Land? Land is good. And I reckon put one of these on Hushbringer. Does put it in range of General. I think we need the life gain. We'll put that on bottom. So we don't get to draw a card there, but we do filter our draw for next turn. So instead of drawing mana, we're drawing a fresh card. Sacking the Silent Clearing. I'm liking this. These humans decks only normally play like 2 General Kudrow anyway. Boom! Boom, 4-1. That is the 4-1, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I'd have to say that felt pretty sweet. We lost against Burn in the first match. Then we beat Burn in the second. And the list just like performed and performed. Everything was really good. Delay came in and was really effective in a few different matchups there. I would say it was probably equal to Deprive, if not better, because it countered the critical spell. It didn't bounce a land to my hand, so I didn't lose a land drop for the turn. And yep, Pithing Needle, perfect tech. Getting that Ratchet Bomb, nailing it right on down. Pithing Needle might even be worth running as a 3-of even, because we just don't have another answer to Blast Zone, Ratchet Bomb, O-Stone in this deck. If that was the case, and you know, what I'd be looking to trim is this Stubborn Denial from the main deck, moving a path across, still keeping 4 path in the deck, and then just adding in this extra Pithing Needle. I think if you have Force of Negation, you're probably fine leaving in the 3 there. Yeah, Aqueous Form seems reasonable. You know, it was good there against humans. It gave me unblockable at the end there, so I had an unblockable Bogle with Aqueous Form and Ethereal Armor on it, and then I had the Hushbringer attacking the other way. So yeah, it's a nice split. It'd be really, really good if it gave power, better synergy with like your Stubborn Denial as well. But yeah, no, that's fine. Really good synergy with our draw effects, and it's really been a surprise for me, Aqueous Form. I've initially played, I had 4 Arcane Flights and 2 Griffspoon, and I switched it, removed the Griffspoon, got a 3-3 split here, and this is really impressing me. There are a lot of decks with flying creatures. Normally those decks have like Giver of Runes in them as well, and they can just chump block you indefinitely. So having a way to push through damage, because we don't have Rancor in this deck, we can't just trample. It's really, really important. I'd like to thank everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. It was really, really good getting on top with this match here. Let me know down below what you thought. Let me know what you think of the new interface. Look me up on Twitch. Subscribe if you're new. Thanks, guys. I'll see you next time.